Sandy with Needle Nut Embroidery, Moss Baby Farms. Yes, I do both. I do embroidery and I'm a flower farmer. I'm hoping that you'll join me as I journey through both of these tasks. Today's just an introduction. I just want to let you know that we are pleased to have you here and just give you a little bit of background information before we start entering into lots of content, lots of hopefully videos that you find helpful, useful, and maybe just enjoyable. But anyway, my name again is Sandy. My husband is Marvin, and we own and operate Moss Baby Farms and Needle Nut Embroidery. To make it easy, it's just going to be Moss Baby Farm and Embroidery for you guys for our channel. However, a little bit of background into our embroidery business, which is a lot of the content that's going to come through the winter. And then as the summer and the spring progresses, then we'll have lots of content on farming, canning, anything that just hits our fancy. And I'm hoping that these are things that you like as well. As I said, we have an embroidery business. I've been doing embroidery for over 25 years. I'm getting old, y'all. Anyway, we went from having a huge 6,000 square foot building where I done embroidery, screen printing, signs, all of that neat stuff that has graphics and creativity and personality. But I have multiple sclerosis. Now, if you're not familiar with multiple sclerosis, that is where your nerves are not communicating well with your brain. So yes, some days I will look just fine, and then some days it's just not going to be part of a good story. But like I said, our channel is going to be real. And what I mean by that is you get to come along for the ride. Yay, you. Anyway, back to the embroidery. In our cabin, we have a Baby Lock BMP 8. This is what I do a lot of things on, especially baby items, because it's versatile. It's easy to use. Then we have a Melco, a Maya XTS. We use that a lot for a lot of our commercial stuff, but each of these machines have their own unique ability and they get used quite frequently. Then we have our Holland 1201C. I have to say, as long as I've been doing embroidery, that machine right there makes doing hats excellently simple. But you're going to get to see those in action. But today is just an introduction. So now, bear with me, and we're going to go and take a look at the field. Yes, it is the end of the season for 2024, but we're going to give you a little introduction into how that works, okay? So stay tuned. Meet me out in the field. Friends, we're out in the field. This is our Moss Baby Farms. This is our first real season of being open, and it's been a wild growing season. So things in the field don't look as pretty as they normally would, but if you're gonna start doing a video, you might as well start anywhere you can. It doesn't matter that everything's not as beautiful as it was. It's the end of the season. It is in September now. So, of course, everything's dying back. If you're into flower farming or farming at all, you know that things look better in the peak of the season. However, this is just an introduction video and to show you what we do, a little bit of who we are, and how it gets there. Now, everything in the field was planted by me. Yes, this year I did use a tractor, but I don't have a mulch layer. A few people want to know about that. But anyway, we're just going to take a little brief tour so you can see what's going on. We have approximately 4 acres to be able to plant flowers. Now last year what I did is I started with just the front field, which was probably 1.75 acres maybe. Not sure exactly. I didn't do the measurements per se for that, but we started out, it was very great. The spring didn't go very well, but I replanted And by August the 12th last year, we were open for U-Pick. We done great. We made our money back, so that was always a good thing. But let's take a look at the field, and we'll get into details later. This is just a quick walkthrough. Now, I have planted mint in here for next year, and yarrow. The army worms have been through, and like I said, everything is dying back. So these lines here, these here are where tulips come up in the spring. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of tulips. Well, not actually all tulips, because some of those will be lilies and daffodils, and then of course these two here are yarrow and mint. But like I said, this black here is plastic weed barrier that is biodegradable. So, and on my farm here, I do not use pesticides and herbicides. I try to keep it fresh for the bees. Plus, like I said, with my MS, I have a tendency to not go so well with that. So anyway, these marigolds, I tell you what, marigolds are supposed to be very easy to do, and they have taken all season to bloom. Like I said, the field is looking a little rough. We won't go out to the backfield today, but we do have that. And I replanted these right here. They were planted 3 times this year, and I couldn't remember exactly what I planted on them, but some of these are doing absolutely gorgeous. This is our stock tank we put in the middle of the field, and at the beginning of the season we had borage, and we have of course you can see the basil is starting to bloom and seed off, but there is strawberry mint and apple mint in there. But I want to show you what was the nice little surprise in here, because I couldn't remember what I planted. But let's take a look. Loofahs. And this was a test run of some new zinnias. This is our bloom and gone sunflowers, so pro cuts. But last year, all of this was sunflowers. And if I can find a picture, I'll put it up in the top. But this year, I had to have surgery. So I only made it to here with the plastic, because all this plastic was laid by hand. So, you know, it didn't go so well, but made things a lot easier. And then I ran out of energy and just threw a bunch of seed out here. And you know what? I still think it's gorgeous, no matter how you want to look at it. I'm just going to call it one of my happy mistakes. But this is just a little look at the field. Nothing extravagant. Not exactly what I planned this year, but hey, but look what bloomed overnight. Look at these. These are my chocolate cherries, and I think this is a Sonora, but I can't remember what that one is. Either way, it is just stunning. Each one of these are just different. Look at there. We have a little friend this morning. And then these were pro cut plums. And I need to cover those up so the birds don't eat them. Our terrible little pond back there right now. But I was very happy with how these zinnias done. I forgot to add too. Look at this celosia. Look how short it is. I started the seeds in February, and that's all I have right now. Like I said, this has been a rough year, but look at the gorgeousness of this. Even though it's short, it's still beautiful. I just love this color. That is my favorite, absolute favorite color. Like I said, I'm hoping that you're able to hear the birds talking right now. But this is the back part of the front field. And as you can see, we have let me see if I can pull it up here. Right in there, those are all pallets. And this right here is a pile of wood chips. Hopefully the tree cutters will bring me some more, but you know, I can't guarantee it. But anyway, it starts back here. We have a pond. Right now it's got a lot of algae and it's went down quite a bit. We haven't had enough rain in the last 2 weeks, so hopefully we'll be getting that cleaned up and made into a little paradise. But this is a good span from the back of the front field clear up to the embroidery cabin. And this right here is our carport frame. And we had a huge storm. I guess it's been 2 weeks ago since we had the last rain. And I was in Louisville to a doctor's appointment and come over, and it was flipped over. And I will stick pictures in here so you can see what that was. I got the tractor out and fixed it. But this is just our little field here. So, you know, like I said, it's looking dilapidated right now. But it will soon be mowed over after seeds have been harvested for next year, and we will begin getting ready for the next season. Oh, and of course we can't do a video without one of our favorite friends. This is Pumpkin. I did not pick her, she picked me. We were out here working in the field, or I should say I was out here working in the field. Marvin was at his day job, and she was just a little bitty baby, and she just kept following me around and following me around. She was actually the neighbor's cat, and she wouldn't go home. We took her back over there 4 or 5 times, and she would just not stay home, would you? You just wanted to come and hang out with me. And so we named her Pumpkin because of her coloring. Isn't that right, Pumpkin? And so she likes to come and follow me around in the field, and you'll probably see her in a couple of the videos. And then Pumpkin multiplied. She had 3 babies, 2 boys and a girl. And you know, I'm surprised that Honey is not around here, but her name is Honey, and you'll be seeing her as well. So I'm just rattling on, but oh well, you know, fast forward if you want to. But I hope you have an idea of what hopefully I can bring to the table for you, and we'll just see what happens. If anything, it's a video diary of all the things that are going on here. And I must say, Western Kentucky is a beautiful place. It's been hot, it's been humid. The winters, you just never know. But, you know, today's overcast. A nice relief from the heat we've had. We've had 100-degree temperatures, high humidity, and no rain. So I think it sprinkled just a little bit this morning, but not much. But anyway, it's a Sunday morning, and I just wanted to do an introduction, give you a little look around, and what do we have up in the trees? I think it was some birds. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.